Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Well, our very own Paul Joseph Watson said that conservative is the new counterculture. And it picked up steam, and now it's rolling along. And it turns out that it looks like he might be right. Now, while there are two battles going on right now for the future of this country, politically and culturally, I want to focus on the cultural battle right now. This is one where I think we are really kicking ass, to be perfectly honest with you. And despite whatever spin they want to do in the media or whatever window they want to try to move around to try to say that they are still the counterculture, they are still the pop culture, it's really just not working anymore, and they really don't have anything to back that up. We've got plenty to back up what's going on with our culture, which is freedom, liberty, prosperity, hard work, not victimizing everybody, just being nationalistic and having pride in things that you accomplish, actually accomplishing things to begin with. But let's take a look at what's going on in the culture war and where I think we are actually dominating. And if we can win the culture war, I actually think that that could spur more victories in the political sphere, because that's where we can win numbers. That's how we can become from the silent majority to the loud majority. And we're starting to get a little louder. Let's look at some of this news. Now, everybody is well aware of what Shia LaBeouf has been up to. It seems that the poor guy has completely lost his marbles, but he's lost his ratings too. Shia LaBeouf's Man Down sells additional 2 tickets. Now, additional 2 tickets, you're scratching your head. He sold 1 ticket, folks. 1 ticket. Man Down, opening night, sold 1 ticket. And that was a reduced rate of $6 for a student ticket. So that wasn't even full price. He can't even get a full price ticket sale on opening night. But hey, big news. He did sell 2 additional tickets so far after the movie has been airing. Now, again, who knows what this movie, I never heard of this movie. I didn't know it was out. It only came out in England, apparently. It's only sold 3 tickets. I've gone to a movie with friends, with 4 friends of mine, and we've had more people in the theater. But this just goes to show you how when you do things like Shia LaBeouf has been doing, all the antics he's doing with the "he will not divide us," the anti-Trump stuff, the yelling and screaming on social media, you are going to lose the culture war. Okay? Now, maybe Shia LaBeouf has legitimate reasons why he doesn't like Trump, but guess what? The way that he's going about trying to get those reasons out to the public is failing. So look at what happens to Shia LaBeouf. Sells 3 tickets. There's Shia LaBeouf. This is when he started to lose his mind. At least back then, he seemed anti-establishment, like he knew what was going on. Now he just seems like he's completely, okay. I can't concentrate with Shia LaBeouf going crazy like that. But you go crazy like that, your movie flops. So who is going to ask Shia LaBeouf to be in a movie now? How many people do you think are calling Shia LaBeouf to be in their next film? After he sold 3 tickets. I can count the number of tickets he sold on my hand, folks. 1, 2, 3. I don't think he's going to be getting too many more movie calls. Do you? That's their culture failing. Now, it's only getting worse for poor Shia. Apparently, he's at a bowling alley and he lost his cool and started calling people racist. So it turns out that Shia LaBeouf is no better than the average social justice warrior that we try to talk to on the streets. And if there's ever a mild disagreement and their thoughts or ideas are challenged, when they reach that brick wall, we know what they do. You're a racist. And now Shia LaBeouf has been kicked. So Shia LaBeouf now gets kicked out of a bowling alley because he calls some other bowler a racist, loses his mind. He's been kicked out of protests. He's been arrested. His movies have completely flopped. Here's that video of him being kicked out of the movie theater. He's completely lost his marbles, folks. There he goes. Nicely done, Shia. And now he's running. Oh my gosh, this guy's really lost his mind. So this is how they're losing their minds and they're losing the culture war. But of course, folks, this sort of stuff trickles down from the top, from the leadership, right? Let's remember what happened to Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer loses cool with Trump supporter at swanky restaurant. This guy's at one of the nicest restaurants in New York, at dinner with friends, gets into a political dispute, gets so heated that his guests have to leave dinner because he's so out of line. Then he takes it to the streets. So where do you think Shia LaBeouf got his antics? Look no further than Chuck Schumer. What an absolute piece of garbage, Chuck Schumer. And I'm being nice. But the culture war losing continues. Let's not forget Kendall Jenner's Pepsi commercial that got pulled, 24 hours after it aired? I didn't think much of this. I had people at the office saying, look at this propaganda. This Pepsi commercial is unbelievable. And what happened? They had to pull it because it failed, because it had so much backlash, not just from the right. In fact, the right didn't even care. I didn't even care. I was like, whatever. Do your little propaganda commercial. Nobody cares about it anymore. Nobody cares what Kendall Jenner thinks. She is an intellectual nitwit. She's a model, notorious for not being smart. No offense to models. It's just a stereotype. So they run this Pepsi commercial. They try to inject so much propaganda into one commercial that it completely fails. It completely implodes on itself. And they have to pull this commercial that they probably spent multi-millions of dollars to make. Folks, the left's culture is failing. It is losing. It goes on. Amy Schumer, one of the biggest losers out there, has to have InStyle do a story on her just to get her ego back into check because her ego is so crushed right now. InStyle had to give her a little ego boost by writing this little story. Dudes, Amy Schumer is not too vulgar. You're just sexist. That's right, folks. If you don't like a woman, it's because you're sexist. It has nothing to do with her behavior or anything she says or does. It's because you're sexist. That seems like a slippery slope to go down. Now, the person that writes this story for InStyle is butthurt because she loves Amy Schumer. She thinks she's the funniest human on earth, and she's talking to some guy who's like, yeah, I don't really care for Amy Schumer's humor. She's a little too vulgar. So she freaks out and has to write this story about how everybody's sexist that doesn't like Amy Schumer. I got news for you, hon. Amy Schumer isn't funny, and that's not because I'm sexist. It's because I don't laugh at her jokes. The only thing I laugh at with Amy Schumer is how pathetic her antics honestly are. But again, this is the left losing the culture war. So what do they do when they're out in public and they realize they're losing the war? They go back into their little echo chambers, they go back into their little platforms, and they justify themselves by writing a story about how they're justified. That's how the left works. Now, this is the important message, folks. This is the truly important message. While we are winning the culture war, please take Amy Schumer off the screen right now. Thank you. We need to take this momentum into the next series of elections and win the political war, folks. Look, Devin Nunes has now recused himself from the Russian probe. This is intimidation from the left. And now Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff, can declare victory over Devin Nunes. That infuriates me. Senate Democrats are blocking Neil Gorsuch's Supreme Court nomination. It will fail. He will still get confirmed. But again, the Democrats are trying to get in the way of everything. It's not diplomacy. It's anti-Trump. No matter what the agenda is, stop Trump. Trump could be trying to cure cancer and the Democrats would want to stop it. So this is the key, as Chuck Schumer is probably on the floor right now complaining about something Trump. We have to win in the polls, folks. Draining the swamp is not up to Donald Trump. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to the American voter. When the next round of local elections come around, inform yourself and vote for a candidate that cares about you. Vote for a candidate that's informed on the real issues. When the next Senate elections come around, when the next representatives elections come around, get informed, vote for the right people, do your research, call these people out, go hear them speak, find out for yourself who these people really are. We cannot afford to have another round of elections where people like Maxine Waters, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff get elected. Nancy Pelosi, we have to stop this at the head. We, the American people, must drain the swamp.
Alex Jones here with a very important news update to anybody out there that wants to be prepared. But it goes beyond being prepared. Our bodies absolutely must have the good halogen iodine or we will die. And you look at all of the thyroid problems and all the people that don't have energy and that have all sorts of hormone problems. And from my research and a lot of just mainline research, it leads back to iodine over and over and over again. It's as important as vitamin C. If you don't get iodine, you die. But most people are just deficient, so they're low energy, they're sick. You got to have iodine in your body so that your body can produce the hormones you need. It is the base to so many things. And since I got into iodine 4 years ago, we've helped change the entire paradigm by developing and bringing to the public deep earth crystals from 7,000 to 12,000 feet of the purest iodine available. Other iodine comes from the ocean or from other byproducts of chemical facilities and is tainted. It's bound. It's not absorbable. I tried it. And I had incredible effects even with dirty iodine because the body needs it. When you don't have iodine, it absorbs the chlorine, the fluoride, and all these other bad halogens. Do yourself and your family a favor and check out the importance of iodine for yourself. I think you're going to be blown away. And whatever you do, support the broadcast and get a bottle of Survival Shield Nascent Iodine X2. Also consult your physician because if you've been deficient in it or have other issues, it can have some dramatic effects. As for me and most folks I talk to, it's been a game changer in the positive column, but still consult your physician because iodine is no joke. It's a key building block of the body. And if you haven't had it for a long time and suddenly have it, some folks say they've experienced things like a detoxing effect and things like that. You've got to have vitamin C. You've got to have iodine to live. You got to have water to live. Iodine is key. You must have it, but consult your physician first before you get powerful Survival Shield Nascent Iodine X2 at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll free. We can answer your questions, 888-253-3139.